We'll call the meeting of the Liberty County Board of Commissioners to order. Good to see everyone. Let me go ahead and say now, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to you and your families and your loved ones. Mr. Mosley, has the meeting been properly advertised? Thank you, sir. I see evidence there. Will you please lead us in our invocation, sir, and our pledge of allegiance? Please stand, if you will, ladies and gentlemen.
Let us pray. Gracious and kind Father, we thank you for this beautiful day and your bountiful blessings. We thank you for life and liberty, and we thank you for being so gracious to us. We pray now for divine wisdom for this body. Pray that you give them what they need in this hour. And Father God, we pray for mankind everywhere, especially those who are the least, the last, and the lost in these last and evil days. Be with them and help us to bless them. For us in Christ's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, and liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. I'm going to try to move expeditiously tonight if we can. I do know there's a ordinance issue. Jeff is not here. I guess he'll be here. But that we don't, there's no public hearing tonight. There's no public hearing tonight. We're just going to simply hear from the first reading of one of our ordinances. Mr. Jamie Sharp, will you come forward, please, sir, and present your tax collection update?
Good evening, Board. How are y'all doing this evening?
All right.
Citizens of Liberty County, how are y'all this evening? Okay. This weather would make me feel like that, too. Yeah. So I just have a couple of quick updates. Property tax bills are live. So if you are ready to pay your property taxes, even though the bills have not gone out, you can go online to our website. You can pay with the e-check or you can pay with your card for a small fee. Also, we did have our tax sale on December 3rd, and we had only one property go to sale. So that means mostly everybody paid their monies. Let's clap for that. And then the last update, and I have a license plate that they're actually discontinuing the Peach State license plate. So this will be the last year they make it, but this is, y'all can see that? This is America's 250. So this plate will actually go into circulation starting January 1st. It'll be the same price as a standard plate, which is $20, and we are ready to issue this thing out. So if y'all don't have any other questions, that's all. Yeah, I'll bring it so you can.
Jamie, if you will, let's make a teaching moment. You and I have some conversation about folks, this understanding of how the steps that lead up to a tax sale. Walk the audience through that, if you will, please, sir.
It's a 5-month process. It starts off with a 30-day levy letter, a 60-day letter, and then we move to posting in the newspaper, and then posting to your property if it's not paid by that time. So it takes about 5 months for that process to go through. So it's just not something that we just do in a week's time and it does it like that. So that's it for that.
Thank you, sir.
Mr. Chairman, I have a question. Ms. Sharp, going back to tax sales, how many years did you go back
On what?
on the tax sale that you?
2018, 17?
The one that you just had went to 17 to 23?
Yes.
So that should put us at, in some of those years, of what, about 97, 98% collection?
Yeah, we're at a 90, for 2025, I think we're at like a 97% collection rate.
Okay. Mr. Shaw,
Yes, sir.
what would the VA tags, the vet tags look like?
Same, they're not changing.
Same?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
And those are available in January?
January 1st.
All right, thank you, sir.
All right, you're welcome.
Appreciate it. I'm sorry.
I have a question.
Mr. Sharp?
If you can answer that. On the new tags, I mean, if I went there in November for my birthday and I just got the detail,
Uh-huh.
I mean, how does each of just the,
January. No, you'll put it on that one.
so everybody get one of these?
No, only if you want it. If you have the old plate, you can keep the old plate. But if you want that plate, you won't have to pay an extra charge for it.
Okay. Will you get the same, be the same?
Yep, and we'll just swap it out for you.
I like to think everybody want a new one.
I hope so. They sent us about 1,000 of them, so, yeah. You say that again?
So you probably need more than 1,000.
Well, they'll send them to, they're gonna send them to us. All right, you're welcome.
Finance, Ms. Richardson?
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, Commissioners.
Good evening.
I'm here tonight to report on the county's October 2025 financial statements. This is the fourth month on our fiscal year. And beginning with the general fund, at the end of October, we have collected approximately 17% of our revenues budgeted and expended 31% of our total expenditures. October remains fairly early in the fiscal year. We do expect the revenue collections to increase significantly beginning in January. Overall, expenditures are actually tracking slightly below budget for this point in the fiscal year. And the county is currently maintaining 3.7 months of operating expenditures in our unassigned, unreserved fund balance. This is an increase over last October, which we reported 2.9 months. So this reflects a stronger financial position for this point in the fiscal year. Turning to the departmental expenditures for the general fund, there are still a small number of departments that are tracking slightly ahead of schedule, primarily due to the timing of contract renewals and certain vendor payments that are required to be paid in full early in the fiscal year. This is the case for IT and Superior Court for their law library expenses. In addition, there are several departments who have recently been approved budget amendments to be implemented in January. This will address certain overages in the year-to-date figures. This includes the tax commissioner, the clerk of Superior Court, and the road department, which I believe we've discussed, but was for some unanticipated equipment repairs. For the remaining departments showing variances as of October, none are causing any major concern at this point. We fully expect these departments to normalize and align with their budgets as we progress through the fiscal year. If we turn over to solid waste, at the end of October, the solid waste fund is showing a small net income for the year, $18,000. It's collected 24.2% of its total revenues and also expended 24% of its budgeted expenditures. At this time, there are no single departments that are over budget for the solid waste fund. And looking at the special revenue funds of the county, also there are none that are exceeding their budgets through October. So I'm moving on to the sales tax reports. Sales tax 7, the October revenues totaled $1.15 million. This is another strong month of collections. To date, the county has expended $20.6 million on our SPLOST 7 expenditures and projects. And we've collected $34.3 million since this sales tax began. Turning to T-SPLOST, for October, we've collected $1.08 million. And since the inception of T-SPLOST, we've collected $59.8 million and expended $28.3 million. And October was the last full month of our T-SPLOST collections. I did notice in the November cash activity that a little bit trickled in November, but less than $15,000. So we will await until we start collecting the T-SPLOST 2, but we are ecstatic that that passed, and so we can continue to fund those projects. But that concludes October, unless you guys have any questions.
On sales tax 7 at the
Yes.
bottom, you got a footnote down there for number 2. Ambulance is 650,000. That is for 2 of them, right, or 1?
Yes, sir. And I believe Crystal would know better, but they're about to be delivered or picked up?
Are going to pick them up on Monday.
Excellent.
Service around January 14th.
Okay, good. So how many will you have now on hand?
We've got to look at the mileage. We're not sure yet if we're going to put one on reserve or keep a hold of them for a little bit longer.
Any questions for Ms. Richardson? I just want, y'all help me walk through this, Commissioners, if you will. When she gave us the undesignated fund balance of 3.7 months on that page,
Yes, sir.
a year ago, 2.9. We're in a better position.
Slightly, yes, sir.
Yeah, slightly. What was the millage that we set was designed to add $300,000 or $600,000 to the,
600.
to
It's
the
our
fund
FY
balance?
'26 budget,
Okay.
yes, sir.
All right. Here's my point. And then we all know that we had some unexpected expenditures this past year, and I see my Rose man out there. You know, we had to do a whole lot of work with drainage that we didn't expect to do. He and his crew did, and I'm hoping that maybe coming years won't cause as much damage. But it did, what's the word, expose, is that the word? Some drainage problems that we
Right.
had, we've
Yes.
got to work on.
Yes, we
Yeah.
still do.
We've got to work on, and that fund balance helps you to do those kind of things. And then on top of that, we still have some CIP items that are dangling out there that need to be addressed.
Yes, sir.
So my point is, I know we were trying to be very, and you should be conservative with our budget and with our millage, but just make sure that you're able to fund what you need. Otherwise, it's going to be a real problem for you. You're not going to be able to do things that you do, because when those drainage problems came, our citizens did not mind calling us. Our citizens did not mind calling us. And once again, we were able to see some other areas of improvement that we need to do that, as well as we're replacing expensive AC units.
Yeah.
No less, I'm not even factoring in ambulances and fire trucks and those kind of things, which, super expensive. So my point is, let's just as commissioners, make sure we do our very best to balance the effort between being frugal, being frugal in the eyes of taxpayers, as well as ensuring your county operates efficiently. Does that make some sense?
Yeah.
And I'm hoping that once go ahead.
Just one thing to add to that was, yes, we had to float those, also with Hurricane Helene, those debris removal vendor payments, totaling over $1 million before we got our FEMA money. And same with that Islands Box Culvert project. We had to fund that until we got our reimbursement.
Yeah.
So yes, it's very important to have excess.
Okay. And I guess, and I'm going to go back and, Mr. Mosley, if you will, in your next department head meeting, express to your department heads, and I guess we got to speak to constitutional officers too. Everybody has to be on guard to ensure that they are spending their funds wisely in the departments. I'm not sure when you did the truing up, is that what you call it? How did that come out this time? Hadn't got there yet.
So
Hadn't closed the books
the
yet.
auditors are finalizing our financial report.
Okay.
They will come to present it in mid-January. But since we had our insurance fund is combined with our general fund on the financial statements this year, not really in our system that we track in finance, but it's quite a bit. Yes, sir. It's in a positive way.
All right.
But yes, sir.
And maybe we look at some of those CIP items that we need.
Right.
Yes.
That would be a good time.
Yeah, okay. Y'all just keep us on, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. In fact, we're moving the CIP process, and what we're doing is hoping to bring that to you guys a lot earlier. And Sam has done a great job in monitoring a lot of the finances. But we want to bring that to you guys ahead of time so y'all can really think about, do we want to fund this? So we want to give y'all an adequate time. So we're in the process of moving that forward now.
All right. All right.
Mr. Chair, just one question. Ms. Richardson?
Yes.
With elections, that 32,000?
Yes.
Was that our election or was that one of someone else's?
Joseph, who did Rhonda say that we're going to be able to bill for some of that? Which election was held that wasn't? Midway and Flemington?
Midway and Flemington should be.
What?
Or was it that
Outside
public
of our,
service?
outside of our regular election?
Was
Public
the
service?
Public Service Commission.
Okay.
There is, I'll have to get with Rhonda. I sent her some
Right, I was
GL
just
detail.
verifying. Yeah, so,
Yes.
because the PSC, we have to eat that, right?
Yes, we
Yeah,
do.
we have
Okay.
to eat that.
Yeah, that would probably been in October. Theirs were in November,
Right, okay.
Yes,
so
ma'am.
they wouldn't have been on here.
Right, so it was,
Probably PSC.
okay. That was it.
Just so you understand what Commissioner Frazier referencing to, there was a PSC election that was statewide that we had to participate as if we had someone from Liberty County in the campaign. You open all your polls, you had to do all the things you would do for your regular election. No questions asked, that's a mandate from the state. So. And we had not budgeted for that.
Correct.
All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Long?
Good evening. I'll try to run through my status report. I've got several things, and if you don't mind, Chairman, when I get to the Live Oak, I'm gonna skip it and just, we'll do Live Oak as the next item.
Okay.
So basically, Thomas and Hutton is working on Trayport West roadway development. We've been kind of doing a review, trying to make sure that's going on track. They're about ready to submit those plans for review, so that'll be going on here pretty shortly. State Patrol parking, resurfacing, the bids on that are out. It should open on January 6th. Stevens Road, we had a lot of questions about the drainage on Stevens Road. We've got, we need 5 easements to be able to make that work. We sent out easement request to the property owners earlier this week. They probably haven't gotten anything in the mail yet because we do send them a certified return receipt, and we haven't gotten anything back yet. So they should be getting those. Now, what that'll do is that'll allow us to create a ditch so that we can drain a portion of Stevens Road up next to the end of the pavement. Now, when it gets way around to the back, I'm not really gonna be able to do a lot back there just because the road's about level or lower than the swamp beside it, so we gotta work on that. The Islands Highway drainage improvements, you know, we had a meeting last month with some of the property owners. We went out there to do some surveying, and Mr. McCartney was not there today. We were there, and his wife asked that we come back at another time when he was there. So my office and them are trying to coordinate a day that they can be out there together. That's not raining, so trying to get that squared away. Kings Road, we've got several improvements set up for Kings Road. That's probably going to be a project we're probably going to need to look at bidding out to do that because it's quite a lot of driveway pipes to change on that. Not quite, we are ready construction plan wise, but permit wise, I'm going to need to get a Coastal Marsh Protection Act permit because we're going to be discharging into the river right there at the Tootin's property. So I don't need to go make changes to that without my CMPA permit. Now, as a side note, everybody knows that we were working on the Islands Highway box culvert, and the CMPA permit was an issue this time last year. If I'm not mistaken, today is the day that that permit's supposed to be finalized. So we've been through since March, so our permit's finally going to get here. So thought that was kind of interesting to know. The Barrington Ferry Crossroads roundabout. I do want to see if I could have maybe a little extra 10 minutes or so in our mid-month meeting in January. Let me just kind of throw a few things up on the board, let you guys tell me whether you like it or don't like it, and if I need to do any changing, then I can do that. So we've already done all the surveying out there, and I'm trying to get a good layout that works, and trying to do a layout that I can actually build it while maintaining traffic on it, which is gonna be our biggest challenge.
Is it ready where you can send it to us before January?
Yeah.
We can look at it or no?
No, sir, it'll be like I'll send it to you week before the meeting.
Okay, all right.
Because I've got a good bit of tweaking that I'm working on it now. Butter Blunt Road, I got a preliminary set here with me, Timmy. My designer and all, we talked about a couple things today where we want to do a little different in the ditches. I'll show you after the meeting what we got. I plan on being ready to bid that during the month of January. Yes, January. It sounds like a long way off, but it's just next month. That way we'll be ready to go, well, let me back up. We need to get our right-of-way, because we got right-of-way we need to purchase. And I'll get with you on that, and we'll talk about how we want to handle that. Pecan Lane water line extension. My contractor's got all the water in. He's not out of time yet, but we had to change the way we make our connection to the water line, and we're waiting on that change in price so we can make that connection, because that's all that's left is making that connection on the church side of Highway 84. The problem is the way we had it designed, we were thinking that the drainage pipe was on the front side of the pipe. Well, it's on the back side of the pipe. And to put all my fittings, I don't have enough room to go in the front between the back of curb and make it work and come back around. So I've got to tap it from underneath and then come around.
Wait a minute,
So-
now, Chris, are you saying that's on the church side, not on the pecan?
It's on the church side, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So we had the hole opened up and we had DOT there. DOT's been there, so they have been involved in our change. So they know what we're trying to do. Commissioner Walden had talked to me a little bit about McIntosh Lake Road intersection. We're finished with that. I had one or two little changes we send back to DOT, and so we should be getting our permit from DOT. Hopefully, I'll be able to put that out for bid in the January timeframe. And it's basically a deceleration lane and a right turn lane for McIntosh Lake Road, because it gets kind of hard to get in and out of there during rush hour. Not that there's a lot of cars, it's low volume, but if we get the development in that area, we're anticipating it's going to be a problem. Bacon Town Road, real quick on that. They were held up for the longest time for the power pole from Georgia Power. That got moved Tuesday. Now, one of the things, they came on in, we did the asphalt, the first layer, we were waiting on them to come back to do that, the other, but we wanted to get all our drainage fixed before they came back so that we didn't scar up the new asphalt. Well, we'd all decided, well, let's try to go ahead and maybe pave it before Christmas, and then we'll just protect the asphalt because we're having such trouble with Georgia Power. Well, they tried to come last Thursday, and I kind of turned them away because what was going to happen is they were leaving a job. They were not going to be able to start paving until about 10 o'clock in the morning because you got to be 45 and rising on the temperature to be able to put down asphalt. And what was going to happen is before the weekend, they were going to be able to get one lane all the way across. And then with the cold weather we had today or this week, yesterday would have been the only suitable day to put down asphalt. So we would have ended up, and the asphalt plant is closing next week and the week after Christmas. So then we would have been stuck with a half-paved road from last week to second or third week in January. So I said, I don't want to do that. So I held them off. So they're not coming. They're not coming because I'm trying to give us a good product. So I don't want you to think that they're abandoning the job or anything like that. I'm trying to help manage to get the good product. And yes, the guardrails are too low. They know it. They'll fix the guardrails.
And also, we're still holding half of their money.
We're holding what we can hold. Well, all we've done right now is paid for the asphalt that they've got down.
Okay. All right, that's it.
So, because we do need to pay them for what they're due for what they've got in the ground.
I don't agree paying them all of it till it's finished.
Now, we are already holding 10%.
Okay.
So we do hold 10% naturally. So part of our requirements is we do hold 10%. Now, the state doesn't allow you to hold 10% when you do retainage anymore. So there is legal precedent but we still try to hold on to the 10%. We hadn't had a lot of backup on that.
So you're saying that a company like that can come in and for some reason the job is not completed, we have to pay them all?
No,
Pretty well, except for the
you have to pay
10%?
for the work that you had done.
Right, but the work that was done is not completed. That's my point.
Well, so the work
I
they've
want-
done,
I want complete work.
understand, this is a unit price contract. All our contracts are unit price contracts. So what they've done is they've put down the base material. And so we're paying them just for the base material, plus we're holding 10%. So they have another whole layer, they have another $600,000 or $700,000 left on that contract that we're not paying them. So we're still holding a significant amount.
Okay. All right.
Okay, Sunshine Lake Road, we've issued contracts to JW Oliver. We're expecting those back any day so we can get those executed and get that out the door. Jones Creek Park's turning around pretty good. I haven't been out in a week or so, but they've done some grading and that should be coming around pretty shortly, getting that together. Now, I'm trying to make sure I get down. I'm skipping Live Oak. We're gonna come back to Live Oak. The roadway striping project is mostly complete. They still have a few little odds and ends that need them fixed. So we're still holding a little bit on that. The Flemington Village signal. We've got our final pay request from the contractor. We've been holding on to it for a little while. Everything's done. I think the DOT has finally released the bond on that project, so we can release the funds on that project. Liberty County EMS building is proceeding. It's coming along all right. We got some of the water connections made. We're gonna make some more water. We made some last week. We still have a few more things to do as far as water connections go. That was a pretty intense thing. Mary Todd Road. So, we've been talking about Mary Todd, about the number of owners that we have out there, and Ms. Connie kind of went in the back. I probably ought to go on and come back to when she comes back. Here she is. We've been talking to a couple of different people to get assistance with the purchase of the right-of-way. So the guy we've talked to, we have a price from a company, Coastal. I put it up there on your list, and I'm sorry I've got it out of whack on my list here, Coastal Realty. Now, he's a guy that does a lot of DOT appraisals, and he's accustomed to doing appraisals for right-of-way and right-of-way take. And we have a price from him, which is basically $2,100 per parcel to do the appraisal. We'll get him to do that. And then we're talking to another retired DOT gentleman that would actually go out and do the negotiations. So I'm going to come back to you with another contract for the guy to actually go out and do the negotiations. But
Sir, Mr. Chairman, I've been speaking with Trent a little bit about this, and I think this is the route we're going to have to take to get that taken care of, see how far we can go.
yes, ma'am. Okay,
My I have enough in my SPOS to take care of that.
yes, ma'am. So do you want to vote tonight to agree to let him do it? Because that is a pretty big amount that everybody needs to do, or do you want to do it at a regular meeting? The 67,300?
Do it tonight if you want to do it.
67,300, I make a motion we approve. It's been like 5 years.
Yes, ma'am.
Is there a second to the motion?
Second.
Second for the 67,300?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
For the approval from Mary Todd Road. Any further discussion? And Commissioner Clifford's moving on.
Yes, sir.
All in favor, show of hands, please.
Thank you very much. We
Thank
appreciate that. All right. Lewis Fraser Road Bridge. It's open back up.
But,
Your ride's nice.
but we got a problem.
What's that?
Coming from the Riceboro side, it's rough. The transition from the old to the new asphalt,
Okay.
it needs to be looked at.
Coming from Riceboro towards Hinesville.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll ride that. I usually go home that way and I don't ride back in the morning that way, so I hadn't noticed it.
Yeah.
So I will check it.
Okay. And last question I got for you.
Second.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, last
I was
question.
helping Mr. Mosley out with the motion and the second one, the last vote.
Oh,
We good?
my signs for 84.
Yeah, I mean, I can go ahead and stop on that. I think I've covered most everything else I need to do before I go back to Live Oak.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
My signs for Highway 84.
Signs for Highway 84 at the fire station.
Right.
So I'm kind of battling with the DOT permit department. We gave them the additional right-of-way that we needed on the property that we own. They were thinking that we were giving them right-of-way on the piece of property that's next to us, that trailer's sitting on. And I'm telling them that we don't have that property, and we can't give you the additional 10 feet on that. So we're a little bit back and forth on there. I'm about to have to kind of escalate it a little bit more to go ahead and get that turned loose so we can get those signs. They've agreed to put the signs in, but they want us to do the right-of-way, and I've already given them the right-of-way that we can give them. I just can't give them something I don't have. So, but I am working on that.
Okay.
Okay. So the next item is Live Oak Drive.
Commissioner Frazier?
I mean,
Oh, the motion.
we can let him
So,
think about it.
I thought you wanted to.
Oh, we are? You want to expedite it?
Yes,
for
sir.
time?
Yes, sir.
Mr. Long, if we can, set up a meeting with you and I in the beginning of the year.
okay,
Early as possible, to just go over
okay,
thing.
all right,
Because we might have to do some value engineering,
okay,
or I might have to ask my fellow commissioners for some help with this.
okay,
Because this price is a little high. And, you know, I do have some other projects in the district I want to look at, you know, with the sidewalks and everything. And just looking at this price and then finding out that a change order has to be done.
Yes, sir. So let me kind of explain that, and let me kind of make my presentation about it real quick, and then that way you kind of understand. So basically, we took bids. We had, the low bidder was J.W. Oliver for amount of $2,428,920. We feel like that he could probably do the work. He's got several little projects working on with us that he will be okay doing the job. And we would normally recommend to go ahead and take a job, entering a contract with him. Now, subsequent to the bid
Right?
and to today, the city was out there uncovering some lines because they had a leak, and Adam Parker called me and said, "Hey, Trent, you need to come look at this line." And it's an asbestos concrete line. It's an old, this is an old type of pipe.
Yeah, I read.
That's really known for
From
cracking.
Portland, huh?
Yeah, it's
Okay.
pretty, it's some nasty stuff.
Yeah.
And if you tap it, I have to tap it 9 times. And a lot of times when you're tapping it, it cracks and then it just runs, and it doesn't stop at a joint. It just goes. So, we're gonna run into some real trouble trying to tap it 9 times the way that I got it designed. And I talked to, the city engineer, and he said, yeah, you better to go ahead and replace all of it. Now, Mr. Mosley and I also talked about it, is that we need some assistance from the city in helping with replacing that line too. Because, you know, we're having to, really, it's an improvement to their system to get it out from under the road. So I agree, we need to have that conversation, we need to get some money.
Right. So, I mean, if we could just sit down with the city, because, I mean, Mr. Chair, with this project being 2.5 million plus another 80,000 on top of that, and then, you know, with the sidewalks on Varnado, Paul Caswell, and Honey Ridge, that's a whole nother,
Just another $1.5 million.
right.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it is. So let's do that. Now, I will say this, we normally have, they have to hold their prices for 60 days. So we probably need to do it the first week of January.
that's fine.
So if we can make that happen, we'll do that.
Okay.
Okay?
So, Mr. Chair, do you need to entertain a motion to table, or we just on it, just
We can,
removal of, off the agenda?
Is it on here?
Just do nothing. Sometimes,
talking about-
sometimes it's better to just do nothing. You're right.
Yeah,
Let's
we're
just
doing
do
both.
nothing.
Can I ask the engineer one question? From
Yeah.
talking to Mr. Simonton, did you get the indication that the city might be willing to participate in the funding of moving some of this infrastructure?
well, I got the standard answer.
I'll look into it.
Taking into
So
consideration.
we can work on that.
Because, just one more question.
You know
Mr.
the
Chair,
normal
because
answer I got.
What's the total, what is this, like a quarter of a mile?
Yes, sir. It's a little over 3,000 feet, so it's more than a half mile. It's
A
almost
little bit
3
more than a half.
the hardest part about it is, you know, the road and the way the yards drain, we gotta have a lot of drainage pipe to pick up water and the way it all lays out. Yeah, it's a hard job.
That
But
road
I
is-
will tell you,
I know.
it has been, the work that the city's done in the other part of the neighborhood has really, really helped that neighborhood.
Right.
And I really commend you for taking on this project, because that will kind of finish that upbeat of that project.
I wish we would have did it when Commissioner Thrift and I shared that little piece together.
I got a lot of dirt roads.
No, but you chose a really good project, so I know it's expensive, but it is a very good project.
Yeah. But I mean, if we could just sit down and begin a year, because
Yes, sir.
also, you know, my district is inside the city limits of Hinesville, but it's the older portion of, and that's probably when you first became an engineer. Y'all didn't have to put curb and gutter up and all that, and now, you know, whenever we looking for, whenever we dealing with the pedestrian traffic,
What, are you saying I'm old?
no, I'm just saying you're seasoned.
You know I'm playing.
You have experience. But, and, you know, even in my particular, subdivision, I mean.
Yeah,
we-
it's older.
Yeah, so, and there's a lot of people walking, I mean, from kids to adults in these
Yes, sir.
particular, neighborhoods, so,
No, you're absolutely right.
you know, especially Honey Ridge,
So-
you know, going around that curve, you know, I always be thinking about when people
Oh,
are
yes,
walking
sir.
around there, so.
I know exactly what you mean.
So maybe, we could get with our friends with the city, and they might want to participate with it as well.
Mr. Mosley, do you think you and I can
Wise
get a
man told me
meeting
you
with the
have not,
city?
because you asked
between
not, so we at least ask them.
Yes, sir. We will get a meeting set up, try to do it. We're gonna need to leave it on the agenda, because because your meeting is the 6th?
Yeah, right.
Yeah, so we're gonna have a short period to do that. Or what I may just have to do, and forgive me, I'm trying to think out loud a little bit. Since our 60 days is likely to run out on January 11th, I'll write a letter to J.W. Oliver asking if he can give an extension of his price for 30 days.
There we
And then
go.
that way it gives us a little bit of time.
All right, sounds good, thank you.
I can do that. Okay, sorry. That takes care of that.
All right, you'll move right on to agreement for county engineering services.
Yes, sir. So I gave everybody a copy. You should have it in your agenda. We kind of went through, just kind of, it's the same contract we've had, same scenario that we've had in the past. I have updated our hourly rates and where we go. Basically, we provide at least a minimum of 100 hours a month for you for the base price, and work basically the same way we do now. We do everything pretty much on an hourly rate. We don't do a lot of percentages on contracts or anything like that, which in the long run saves you a lot of money when it gets to your projects. So, you know, right now, when we started this, it was just me. And right now, one of the benefits you get from us is you get me, you get an inspector, you get a clerical staff, you get surveyors, and we've got a little bit of everybody that can kind of help take care of the projects as we go along. So I'm at your mercy, would like to continue with this, and, you know,
Mercy. Any questions or comments about Mr. Long's renewal of his contract of engineering services?
I just have like one or two.
okay.
I appreciate you, Mr. Long, and all the work you've done for us in the past, and hopefully in the future. But just a quick question, and you said you did make adjustments in Exhibit A for prices?
Yes.
Where were the old ones?
So we were $8,000 for $100 a month, for 100 hours a month, which was basically $100 an hour for just me. And that's the rate that we started with actually back in 2000. So we had had the old rate and hadn't adjusted anything for almost 25 years.
Okay, right. And then, I guess another question, whenever you're talking about the classification and the billing rates, are these individual rates included in that 10,000? And then, once you hit over the 10,000, you bill individually for this price?
Yes. So what'll happen is there'll be a different combination of different things. Most of the time, let me see if I can answer this the correct way, because it's not quite as straightforward as you think. Most of the time, I try to provide my 100 hours to you as the base, which is me,
Okay.
which really gives me a billable rate of about $120 an hour versus $175 an hour.
Okay.
And then from that, I'd try to have my, whatever else that the guys are doing, we're doing the billable rates on them.
Okay. So I guess for example, after we hit that plateau of 100 hours for that price. So say for example, we have another project, a road project or something that you're working on. Will say for instance, will you bill us for the principal and everybody else who's working on the
Yes.
project?
That's right.
Okay. So it could be either two of these or everybody.
Two of these
That'd
or
be-
anybody, yes, sir.
You bill. Okay.
But I try to make sure that I personally give everybody $100 and 100 hours a week, not a week. I'll probably work 100 hours a week, but
Right.
100 hours a month.
Okay.
Trent, it was me. Certainly you've seen and you're privy to all the growth that we have and the projects that we have. What's your report card on being able to manage all this that we have? And I don't know, do we see that once the big projects like the roundabouts are done and the bypass is done, there'll be some falling off, or do we expect that Liberty County is going to continue to have these infrastructure needs, because we're not only dealing with roads, we're dealing with water and
Yes,
water
so,
council and all those things.
yes, sir. So what you'll see on our normal contract and our normal monthly billings that we're doing now, we're providing, there's a list, it's general engineering, and the 100 hours a week, 100 hours a month really covers your general engineering. Now, we take the same approach on our projects, on a project by project. That way, the county can charge that to your sales tax, to your water, or to your other funds, so that you're not hitting you're not messing with your general fund. And you've got a set amount that you can put in your general fund. And I think generally, we budget less in the general fund for engineering services than you do my contract amount for.
Okay.
Because I think, I can't remember now, you're only budgeting like $70,000 a year in general for me. The rest of it comes from sales tax, T-Splost, plan review, or other outside fees.
Yeah, because I do know in my crystal ball, we have Independence Parkway bypass Phase 2 to work on. We got to rearrange that meeting with those folks.
Yes,
so
sir.
we can get started on that.
Yes, sir. See, some of those projects that are like that, I've got one big project with the Islands Highway. If we move into the next phase of the bypass, definitely going to have to be a consulting firm such as Atlas or Thomas & Hutton that can do those kind of projects that are have a little bit more, they have more horses in the barn is the best way to say it. So, but the local projects, the local roads and what we're doing pretty well with those. Now, I think you've seen more change orders this last year come out of our projects and you don't always get to see, and I don't tout when we bring projects in under budget. Like this red light that we're about to do is, we have it under $12,000 under budget. And we get a lot of our projects under budget at the end of the year. Unfortunately, you only hear the bad news is when I have to come to you for a change order, and I try not to do that very often. So,
Safety, GDOT safety improvements. What's the latest on that? I remember in past years, we were able to get some dollars to help with safety projects. I think the entrance to Bill Carter and 84 was one of those. So
So right now, a lot of the roundabout, Barrington Ferry 17 and Lewis Fraser, those are going to be some safety funds.
qualified as safety.
Safety funds that they're using for that. They haven't come out with an announcement lately of available safety funds. And I'll be honest with you, it may be getting close to time for us to kind of go. I know we're already going to talk about the next phase of the bypass, but, yeah, maybe search for some more help from DOT on some of our other jobs.
Yeah.
So we need to re-up we have requests from Ms. Ann Purcell for about 8 different things that she's kind of working on for us. One is the bridge over I-95, which is something we desperately need for all that to happen. We've got some requests in there for widening and doing some work on State Route 119 between Walterville and Riceboro, because that road is, in the morning time, it's you can't get around anybody.
Racetrack.
It's either a racetrack or
death
you're poking
trap.
along, and then you get people with road rage. So we've got some requests in for her there. We've got like 8 different things that we have a request in for that we just need to keep asking. Because the DOT commissioner came down a couple months ago when we presented all those to him, so we just kind of need to keep that up.
It was July.
It was July?
Well,
That long ago?
we need to schedule a 2026 meeting with him.
Yeah, we do. We need to go ahead, because it takes a couple months to get it together.
Yeah. All right, I
Oh,
just
Mr.
kind of.
Chairman.
I'm sorry.
Mr. Chair, will this contract be looked at every 3 years, 5 years, or
So we have.
not the length of the last one?
Yeah, we have this one set up so that you can do an annual renewal, or you can look at it every 5 years, however you want to look at it.
Okay.
But won't go more than 5 years.
Okay. And this question right here, all the information and all the work that you do for the county is stored over at your office, correct?
Now, we do give copies here
Okay.
of all the projects. So every contract we get, you guys have a set of plans, you have a set of contract documents.
Okay.
So we try to make sure that you have what you need here.
Okay.
So anything that I have that's stored is yours, and it is open to public record. And,
Okay.
Mr. Mosley will let you know that we do respond to the open records request, and we try to give what you need.
Okay.
So,
All right.
All right.
You need a motion?
Chair, entertain a motion.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, I make a motion, we approve the contract with TR Long Engineering for the county's engineering services.
Second.
Second.
Motion and second, we approve the contract as presented. Mr. Long, and we'll stop right here and say thank you for your service, sir.
Yes, sir.
Every time I've called you, you responded.
Yep.
yes, sir, thank you.
You and all your staff, so I
Well,
appreciate
good.
it.
I'm glad. I want them to be able to. do that.
Sometimes it seems like we're moving in every direction at the same time. But we appreciate that, sir. All right. All in favor? Okay. All right.
Thank you very
You all
much.
good? Thank you.
All right. That's it for me tonight, then, I think.
no,
Well,
Mr.
I'm,
Chairman. No,
Commissioner Gill said no.
well, no, before we got down to the engineering services, I was, into the new business, but up under your report. Trent, I would like for you to add, you sent me an email, and I appreciate that. I would like for you to add, Allenhurst, Whetstone, Gibson, all of that out there. You're going down St. John's, you got to go to Allenhurst to get to Hinesville on St. John's. And today, I talked to the councilman for that district. And you know how part of the road is in Allenhurst, part of the road is in Hinesville.
Yes.
And all of it is in my district, so I'm willing to help them. I talked with him, and he's interested. I know Mayor Willis is interested, so, and I got a note on my phone. After the first of the year, hopefully, the 4 of us could get together and talk about it and see, which road that we want to do, because I know St. John's, Whetstone, and it might be another one that's shared between Allenhurst and Hinesville. Again, all of them is my district, but the city and the
Gibson
two
is the other
cities
one.
share.
I think Gibson,
I think it is Gibson. But I talked with Councilman Ortiz today, and I'll get with Mayor Willis, and we'll set up a meeting after the first of the year, and we'll decide what we're gonna do and how we can work together to, instead, like you said, just instead of paving the Allenhurst portion of St. John's and leave the Hinesville portion, that doesn't make sense. So we'll work that out. And also, are you coming up this way tomorrow?
I'll be here in the morning. I gotta go.
In the morning, about what time? I'd like to meet you down on 84 about that water issue.
On the airport road?
No, 84, 7498, the one that
Oh,
we
yeah,
talked about.
yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
I got a status meeting at 7:30, and I can run out. I can be there before 8.
No, I got an 8 o'clock meeting. Let's say.
I can do it a little early if you want to.
Let's
I
say
mean-
9.
9?
Can
I
you
do
meet at 9?
I think so. Hold on, let me double check, make sure.
We don't
I'll double
move.
check, and I'll text you.
Okay,
I left my phone at my desk.
all right, okay.
My wife has a
So
habit of
this-
calling me or texting me while I'm talking, so.
You know, if not at 9, Trent, anytime after 9, just call me. I'll be
Okay.
free. I got a meeting at 8, but anytime after 9 would be good.
Okay, all right,
Okay.
I'll be glad to do that.
Okay,
All
that's
right.
all I have, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm here for Drum Point at the end.
Okay, all right, good.
Emergency Medical Service, MOA, Ms. Crystal?
Quick and short.
Good evening, Chairman and Commissioners. In your agenda, you should have a copy of a MOA for Savannah Tech. This is a current MOA that we are already bound with. However, this is for a renewal cycle. That renewal cycle will expire December 2027. At that time, we will ask to renew again. Again, this is a MOA for us to allow them to have their EMT and paramedic students perform their clinical rides with our service. It's been proven successful through the past as well as other schools that we also are affiliated with. So short, sweet, to the point, I'm just asking that we can renew this contract to have a continued relationship with Savannah Tech.
All right.
Simple contract renewal, nothing different.
Nothing
I'm
to-
sorry?
Simple contract renewal, nothing different.
Yes,
Same
nothing has
language.
changed,
Same
no.
language. Okay, all right.
Mr. Chairman, I make a motion we approve the contract between Liberty County Board of Commissioners and Savannah Tech.
Second.
Motion and second, we approve the MOA as presented from Ms. Hensler. Any further discussion? All in favor, show of hand, please. Opposition?
2 minutes.
All right,
Motion
thank you.
passes.
I would, if I may, I would like to circle back around to the purchase of the ambulances, just for full transparency and re-education to our taxpayers. Because that cost comes at about $650,000, I do just want to emphasize that historically, we stay on track and attempt to, if the funding is available, we like to order an ambulance once per year. Because of the lead time in manufacturing ambulances right now is extensive, our last time we ordered our ambulance was in February of 2024, which was the purchase of these 2 ambulances that we are now finally receiving. So to backtrack, we did not purchase an ambulance this year because we purchased 2 the previous year, so because of those lead times. So we kind of worked our way ahead of that. So I just wanted to remind everybody of that.
Okay.
And Chris, I happened to see on the news, this is a national problem.
It is.
for-
Unfortunately, there's not a dealership that just has ambulances on the lot. So when you have an ambulance that goes down for severe maintenance issues, or an ambulance is wrecked, or you just need to buy a new ambulance, it's not like going to the dealership and buying a car. You have to order it. They are custom built, and right now the lead times are at least 18 months. However, they have reassured us that that has gotten better. That all happened as a result of COVID, and they're finally getting caught up with the orders that were back ordered from materials and whatnot. So in the future, we do see that timeline much improving.
It's been brought before a congressional committee, they're gonna look at it, because it's not just you, it's, Brian's
Yes,
vehicles
yes,
too.
all of us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mr. Chair, Ms. Crystal, the unit that was wrecked, where's that unit at now? Has it been replaced?
We are in the process, it is at Custom Works, we are remounting that unit. What that means is that instead of purchasing a brand-new outfitted ambulance, that box was still good.
Okay.
So instead of purchasing a whole new ambulance, we are using that as a remounted unit, and they have to mount that old box onto a new chassis, which is what they purchased. That, in a lead time, we're probably about 6 months out from last conversation. When we finally got it up there to Custom Works, they were looking at about a year turnaround time for that.
Actually, if we look at it overall right now, we're looking at 3
Yes,
units
that will.
within a year's time.
Yes, so right now we have 8 ambulances, that includes the one that was damaged.
8 ambulances in our fleet, then 2 new ones will be 10 to our fleet. Now, we will go back, like I said, and look at mileage on units and see if we need to retire some. The fact that we are now focused on 911 response and not transfers has drastically helped our mileage and wear and tear on our ambulances as well. So that's something that we're going to be looking for as well.
Okay, all right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank y'all.
Mutual aid, Ms. Chief Darby.
2 minutes, sir.
We started with 2 minutes, she went longer, boss. Chair, Commissioners, good evening. Before I do get started, I spoke with Mr. Mosley and Ms. Lamisha. Liberty County Fire was awarded the Georgia Times Task Force TIMS Team of the Year. I know I just said a bunch of acronyms.
You did.
TIMES stands for Traffic Incident Management Enhancement System. TIMS is Traffic Incident Management. Back in 2019, the commission authorized me to enter into an agreement with the state that I would sign a open roads policy. Anytime that there's an accident on the roadway, from the time that all available responders get on scene, that roadway has to be completely open in 90 minutes. Extenuating circumstances, the year that we had the semi-truck hit the bridge, but we do work in a lot of collaborations. Chief Roney, our Assistant Chief for Prevention and Education, actually heads up our TIMS team. That was passed over to him once he got hired from me. But this year, Liberty County was named the TIM team for the state of Georgia. And in turn, we also did submit for the TIMS Time Task Force grant to get additional traffic safety equipment for our crews, and we were awarded $9,111.60. So,
Congratulations.
moving into the mutual aid agreements. Chair, Commissioners, these mutual aid agreements are nothing new. These are simply just renewals. However, tonight, 2 of them will be new. Contracts are still the same. The partners that I'm asking for mutual aid agreements with tonight will be with Long County. That one is a renewal. Adding one for Glenn County and adding one for Bryan County. To clarify mutual aid versus automatic aid. Mutual aid is units on scene are requesting for assistance from a counterpart. There is no guarantee that those assistants will be coming. So, because areas still have to provide coverage to their primary district. Automatic aid is when a call comes out, 2 units, 2 stations, 2 organizations will respond to the call. So this is mutual aid. There is no exchange of any kind of monetary funds. The practices that you're reading tonight are already in place. This is just the black and white for us to follow up. These are sub-agreements to the agreement for the GMAG, which is the Georgia Mutual Aid Agreement signed by the Board of Commissioners, myself, to the state. That was signed back in 2021.
Okay.
I have evidence of the Bryan County, but unless I'm overlooking.
Yeah, yes, sir, I do apologize. So I do have all 3 of them here.
Okay.
I only printed one because the
Okay.
name is the only thing that changes
Okay.
at the top.
Okay.
Okay,
All
all
right,
right.
all right.
So I do apologize.
Tree hugger,
Trying to save
You're a
trees,
tree
sir.
hugger?
Yes, sir.
Gotcha, gotcha.
In fact, one of these will be digitally signed.
Okay.
All right, Commissioners.
Chairman, need a motion?
Yes, sir.
Chair, I'll make that motion that we enter into all 3 agreements, Loudoun County, Bryan County, and Glenn County for mutual aid.
Second.
Motion and a second by Commissioner Frazier that we approve the mutual aid agreements as requested by our fire chief. Any further discussion on that process? If not, then we would let it be known. Approval by show of hands, please. Any opposition? Motion passes unanimously. All right.
Thank you, Chair, Commissioners. Moving on to my second item on the agenda. This is going to be the Liberty County Fire Rescue, Liberty County Board of Commissioners ordinance for community risk reduction. Community risk reduction is a standard practice across the nation. Community risk reduction is something that we have not been receiving points for on our ISO rating because community risk reduction takes staff to be able to stand up, implement, and hold it accountable. This was talked about at one of the Planning Commission meetings, I believe it was 2 months ago. It has now gone through legal review. It's been screened by our Fire Prevention and Education Chief Roney, who is going to be the holder and enforcer of it through the board. It's been reviewed by myself as the authority having jurisdiction. Mr. Mosley's reviewed it, so now we are bringing it to you for approval.
Commissioner, we did discuss this in our, one of our work sessions.
Right.
Anything different than what we discussed?
No, sir, just a quick recap. This is allowing us to get into enforce ordinances, state and federal laws as it relates to International Fire Code, fire and life safety codes, burn permits, trying to limit, you'd be surprised how many people burn household trash. And it's illegal to do that. So there's mechanisms in here. Food trucks, as you're aware, are starting to get crazy. Right now, Liberty County does not have anything. We have to have something on the fire side from the state. So this is us adopting state law, putting a small Liberty County twist on it, and being able to move forward.
Speak again about ISOs.
So as far as ISO, so community risk reduction is a segment that we do get reviewed on. Part of the things that are taking place into that is inspections, pre-fire plans, community risk reduction, public safety education, getting out to the schools. This year, I believe, alone at the schools, we are looking at 16 different contact days that we've been at the schools just in the first semester. And that is elementary school, middle school, and high school combined. So huge increase for us. This will turn and increase the points that we receive. So the next time that an ISO review comes through, we may, there is no guarantee, may be able to get one step further in reducing our ISO, which currently Liberty County is an ISO rating of a 4.4Y.
Does Hinesville have this?
They do, yes, sir. But again, this is a very, very common, this is giving Liberty County the ability to enforce state law.
But this doesn't, I was just looking at the food,
Food truck.
Article 2.
Yes, ma'am.
Food trucks, that doesn't overlap with the health department and what we do down there.
No, ma'am.
As far as their permit.
What it is it allows us to go in and ensure, as the requirements for Fire and Life Safety Code, that their suppression systems are proper. We are just one more step in the approval process for that food truck to go live. We are not eliminating anybody in the process.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, I guess I have a question too. Whenever you were speaking about the ISO rating.
Yes, sir.
But the rating is different in different areas, right? Like, prime example, Hinesville, what is ours?
Hinesville Fire Department, don't quote me, I think their core score is a 3.
Okay. So, but what I'm saying is, out in Commissioner Thrift District, it's different than portions of Commissioner Stevens District.
So
Or is it just, is it flat?
So ISO, there, as I said, there's 2 scores always issued. We are a 4/4Y. Anything within 5 road miles of a fire station and a credible water source is a 4. Anything that is outside of 5 road miles of a fire station and a credible water source is a 4Y. The difference, nobody hold me to it, but on average is $300 to $400 difference a year on insurance premiums.
But it's also from because I know we talked about this forever when we was trying to go full-time live with the fire department. But it also determines what insurance company you have too, right?
So insurance is, some insurance companies use ISO, some don't, if that answers your question. We don't dictate who does, who doesn't. I'll throw companies, this is nothing to hold me to. Allstate here in Liberty County may use ISO. Allstate in Long County may not use ISO. Why, what? I don't know. That's a company policy.
Right. And Mr. Chair, the only reason why I was saying that, and I hate to harp on this ISO rating again, but I know there was issues out in the more rural areas in the past, and that's why we went full-time. Is there any way possible, I don't know how, when, who could do this, but to educate our citizens on which companies use the rating and which ones don't? Because like you said, it could save them $300 or $400.
So we have attempted that in the past, Commissioner Frazier. The difficult point with it is companies can flip that switch at
Oh,
any
no.
point in time, yes, sir. Because in order for a company to use ISO, they have to contact ISO, which is a third-party vendor.
Right.
Pay money to get the data. So there's money that they're spending every year, so sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. I'm not in the insurance business. I'm in the business of trying to keep insurance premiums down.
Understood. Thank you.
All right, Chair, entertain a motion.
Chair, make that motion that we accept this risk reduction program for Liberty County.
Is there a second to the motion? Motion and a second, Commissioner Blunt. Any further discussion? My only observation is that, I'll let you.
Chair, my only question is on the last page, we did not have a date of effect.
Yeah, I see that.
My question for you is, Board, when would you all like to see this go into effect? There are some growth pieces. I will tell you from the county fire side, where we're going to have to implement processes, so it's not going to be immediate. I've told you all this once before. When we get out with these inspections, I'm not looking to sit here and fine every single person. We need to educate our public before we start fining our public. So
What, 90 days?
90 days?
I'm going to look at, you,
90.
can we push for March 1st?
Okay. All right.
Chairman, with this being an ordinance, is that something, who's going to keep it? Your company, the fire department keeps it and enforces it, or does it go to?
So
where does the
it'll-
ordinance go?
It'll get uploaded into MuniCode.
Yes.
Enforced by the Board of Commissioners through us as a department underneath you.
So if somebody goes to building and license for a food truck,
No,
they have to get it inspected by the health department in?
yes, ma'am. And we have those processes in place where if somebody comes to get a business license, there's a check sheet that says business license, fire department, public health, come back to building and licensing, here's your document.
Found out yesterday that they are one of the modules in building the license. Fire is one of the modules.
We did,
So they can communicate.
Okay.
we entered into a program that building and licensing used called iWorks. I believe we just got into it this past September, and it's made for seamless working between the two departments.
Just found that out.
All right.
All right, did we vote?
Yes, sir.
Yes, all right, all in favor? All right, unanimous, all right. Thank you, Mr. Bryan.
Thank you all. Have a good night. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays.
All right.
And just one caveat, follow up on what Commissioner Frazier saying. We can never guarantee as commissioners that these services will lower your ISO, but I do recall that for the, where'd Brian go? For the, when we did the substation, is that what you called it, Commissioner Stevens? At Islands Highway, it sure helped those folk in Isle of Wight, you know. So it's kind of like, I'd much rather have it available to me to help if my insurance company does honor the ISO as versus
That is-
saying that it,
Yes, sir.
not a
So,
blanket thing.
so when you opened up the Isle of Wight Fire Station, on average, it saved approximately $1,000 per resident, and in 1 week, we had gotten 67 requests for updates to ISO letters, to where we have to type them up, send them to either the insurance company or the homeowner. So on average, $1,000, 1 week, that's $67,000 back in taxpayers' pockets.
So we'll bank on it, that it helps those persons whose insurance companies does honor it.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Your insurance company might own it, mine don't.
Thank you, sir.
Right.
Mr. Ricketson,
Bills.
annexation by virtue of ordinance.
Good evening, Commissioners.
Hello, sir.
I was asked by Mr. Mosley to come in and give you a presentation on this annexation that was approved by Hinesville earlier this month and will be effective on January the 1st. This petition was submitted by Newbridge Residential Parks to rezone and annex 13.74 acres of land from SFMH, which is Single Family Manufactured Home, and MHP, which is Manufactured Home Park, to POD, Plan Unit Development, and as I said, annexation into the city of Hinesville for a townhome and apartment complex. The property is located on Live Oak Church Road, and you can see there the parcel numbers there. As always, we posted the property with the sign and ran an ad in the Coastal Courier. and this is the property in question. All this area over here is Griffin Park. It's been in the city of Hinesville. This area right here is the area that was annexed. You might recall, if you're familiar with it, this is Live Oak Church Road. You might recall that this area was a somewhat dilapidated mobile home park. I think it was operated by the Waters family for a long time, but it got sold and fell in further into disrepair. So the new owners, Newbridge, wanted to get rid of the mobile home park. They asked the city of Hinesville to annex them. Hinesville didn't want to annex it until they got rid of the mobile home. So they entered into a development agreement. It took them about a year to relocate all these people to other parks that they own, but they've since done that. Most of the people that were in here got relocated to a large mobile home park that they own in Walterville. And according to the applicants, they were very happy to be relocated there. So that was a concern that Hinesville had that was met by the developer. So all this that you see on here has since been cleared out, and so it's the mobile home park has been removed, and they've abandoned all rights to that. And they've as part of that deal, they were able to get rezoned for the townhomes and apartments that they want to build. Just looking at the zoning map, this blue area right here is Griffin Park. You can see here this area was in the county and now will be in the city. The orange area is the area we said was single-family manufactured housing. This area over here was the area that was zoned for mobile home park. And you can see the jurisdiction map. That's as it currently stands, but on January the 1st, this area will become part of the city of Hinesville, just like Griffin Park. And you can see just the annexation exhibit. That's the boundary of the area that they're going to annex, or that's been annexed. This is the development plan. These are the townhomes over here. There's a utility easement, 100-foot utility easement that runs through the property. So the townhomes will be on the northern side of the easement, and the apartment complex will be on the southern side of the easement. They're looking at about 100, up to 184 apartment units on this side, and I think 36 townhome units on that side. That's it. I'd be glad to answer any questions about that. Again, that annexation is effective January the 1st.
Mr. Chairman, that is in my district, and evidently they don't need to ask me for permission. They've already done it. And they've done, and with moving those mobile homes, it looks great out there.
I heard it looks so
and
much
I'm
better.
sure that this developer is wanting the amenities or whatever, that the city can offer them, the water and
the
that
sewer,
type of
that's
sewer.
right.
So it's a plus as far as what it will look like in the future. But we don't need to vote on this.
We did send a letter on this to Joey Brown in February of last year when they applied, as we've done for the other 8 or so annexations since I've been here. But Mr. Mosley has indicated that y'all would like for us to present in the future when these come up. So the next one, we would come in and present that to you. So just so
It's
you,
still in my district, I believe, unless Commissioner Frazier wants to take it, but you won't need a new road over there.
Right.
And that's my district. I'll take it.
I think it's just a matter of making us aware of what's going on.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Awareness.
if the county did oppose, you have options available in the state law to do that. That's the purpose of us sending that letter to your administrator. And if you do have an issue or a concern, you can oppose that. There's a process for
It
that.
looks good. They put a lot of money in there.
Right, so, Mr. Chair, I just got a question. Old dilapidated, stays in the county.
Right.
They clear it up. Now it can come into the city.
That's right.
The city, the city, pretty much made them, told them, clean
Yeah.
it up, and then come back and ask for.
Or it was gonna stay with us.
Yeah, and in order to get 184 units, they had to attach to the city's water and sewer. So
Right.
You don't have water and sewer in the area, so that's the only way they can build this. I mean, this will add to the tax base of Liberty County by having this compared to those old dilapidated mobile homes.
Understood, but, and I'm glad you said it. So where are they gonna connect to tap in for,
Right there
water
at
and sewer?
Griffin Park.
I'll be back
Griffin Park is
Park
here,
is
so
all
there
around
are
it.
water mains in proximate, but I don't know exactly where they would come in from, but probably either down that easement there or down this Guyette Road or Guyette Avenue, I think is what that's called.
Right, I guess I'm just being devil's advocate and just wondering, because see, what I'm saying is, if I'm not mistaken, but I know that's Commissioner Gillert's portion, but don't you all, don't the city of Hinesville provide something to the city of Walterville? Like water?
And
or something?
and wastewater, yeah.
Right. So you understand what I'm saying? Like, they could do that with this project as well, couldn't they?
Well, City of Walterville paid Hinesville for that water capacity, and the county could do the same. If you wanted to pay the city of Hinesville, no, I said that wrong, didn't I? Walterville paid Hinesville for the capacity. You could pay Hinesville for the capacity, and you could own some capacity out here, and then they wouldn't have to annex. But that would be an outlay for the Board of Commissioners to buy that capacity.
I was just looking at all options.
Right.
Also, Commissioner Frazier, on your drainage and road project from Trinity out to 196, on Live Oak, that's unincorporated Liberty County as well.
Right.
But they're on city water and city sewer and city garbage.
Right.
Yeah.
Because,
At a outside fee.
right, because I remember years back, the city wanted to annex that portion, and then they took a vote, and the voters denied it.
Right. That was about 10 years ago.
Right. So the only thing I'm saying with like projects like this, you were saying it's gonna be how many parcels total?
There are about 36 townhomes over here and 184 apartment units over here on the other side.
Right. But I know there's different ways to do this, the annex. And what I'm saying is, like, how about if they didn't want to be in the city? Because, like me, I pay city and county taxes. With them, if it stays in the county, they would just have to worry about county taxes. But I guess with the developer, because he's doing prior, and we're going along with it, then the citizens that purchase don't have a say-so.
Yeah, I would like to think, and I agree with that, if the developer wasn't doing the whole,
Right.
that whole development, and it was just individuals, they probably would say, no, I don't want it. But we moved them, they moved them out.
Right.
And the developer owns it. And I guess if you own something, for the most part, you can just do what you want.
He's not gonna sell their apartments, he's gonna rent them.
And that's what's happened with Griffin Park.
I mean, some people think you could do
That was
what
in
you
the
want when you own
unincorporated
property,
county,
some
and
don't.
Hinesville annexed that, and then the property above that RTS has just bought, and they're building another 800 houses up there. So there's been a good bit of annexation in this area.
Yeah, it's all around. It's still,
15th Street.
still Hinesville, Liberty County.
Right.
As, when the developer goes in, because of the amenities and the things that the services that the city has that the county don't have. When the developer clears it out, cut down the trees, he say, hey, Hinesville, I want to be in Hinesville. And, you get police, fire, garbage, water, sewer,
Road
building
maintenance.
inspection, road maintenance.
All that.
Me,
That's too much.
I get it, but I mean, I don't know.
But that's why it was voted down the last time, because it wasn't a whole development, it was individual housing. And those people said no twice.
Right.
See, like we are.
Because, I mean, they're gonna have to pay county and city
That's right.
taxes. When the other option would be us just paying the city of Hinesville for those services and then let them handle that.
Well, if you bought the water and sewer service from Hinesville, then you would be the provider of water and sewer, but the sheriff would be providing the law enforcement, and the county would be providing the fire for that area.
I mean, but we provide fire now for that area, right?
Right, you do. That's right.
Okay.
All right, thank you, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry. First reading, Liberty County Ordinance to amend Chapter 6, Animals, Article 1 in general.
Okay, this is a ordinance that's been, the county attorney has provided this ordinance. There's been a lot of discussion over the last year about people wanting to have chickens in their yards, and there's a provision in your code of ordinances, not the UDO, so it's not the one that I present to you all the time, but it's in your animal ordinance, and it says that nobody can have a chicken coop or an animal enclosure within 300 feet of any neighboring property. And this county attorney has drafted an ordinance to reduce that significantly from 300 feet down to 200 feet, down to 150 feet. And Mr. Blunt, do you have anything you want to add to that? This is a first reading, so It's for you to consider tonight, I think.
Right. And what I'd like to say is thank you to some of y'all in the audience. Y'all have helped bring this to my attention. It might not be quite what you want just yet, but it's a start maybe. I've looked back at the codes. I've looked at a lot of things. This year, it will help only A1, AR1 currently and everything. There's such a thing as a subdivision that can be an A1 or AR1. For the most part, what I'm looking at y'all out there, y'all are Lake George, which is R12. But like I said, with what y'all have been diligently bringing before me, calling, we talking, I think this will help some of Liberty County and maybe a start. I'm one vote. I'm hoping that we can get the rest of my commissioners on board with this, and we'll see where it goes from there. You know.
All right, you heard from the commissioner from that district. Are there any other comments as related to the proposed ordinance change? This is the first reading, and Mr. Rickerson, you'll bring this back when, sir?
Whenever you put it back on your agenda for action, I'll be back.
The next January.
January 6th, okay, January 6th. Citizens, until such time, I think, many of you all have access to Commissioner Blunt, so utilize that. If you will, please, ma'am, and please, sirs. And we'll hear it again on, it's not a public hearing, sir.
It's not a public.
It's not a public hearing, but how does the public get heard for it?
What did I just say? What did I just say?
Tell me.
What did I
You
just-
just-
You're in the
You
room.
laid down a law of 150 feet, and you said that's it, and we can revisit it again later on.
Shut him
Sir.
down, right? You out of order, sir.
That's it. That's how you handle that.
You're out of order. And you know you're out of order. All right, thank you, Mr.
Okay,
Rickerson.
Merry Christmas.
All right,
Merry
thank you, Jeff.
Christmas.
All right, discussion on Drum Point Way, District 1. Who's presenting?
Mr. Chair, members of the commission, Commissioner Stevens brought to our attention, Michael Fuel, okay. Drum Point Way, which is on Colonel Island, we were informed that the citizens voted to install the gate, and it was done, Trent, sometime in the last 50 days. There are 20 houses that front the road. It is a deeded county road. It's a deeded road to the county. And Trent and I were talking, and Trent said to upgrade this road to our current standards, it's going to cost a lot of money. But in order for the county to consider the process, you will have to go through the road abandonment process. And one of the things that Trent mentioned to me was we need to see if the public safety, that is ambulance and fire, can access the gate, because that's going to be important if something happened on the side.
And you can't.
And that is that's how it looks.
Right.
So,
That's about it. And there's a new gate now that operates by emergency vehicles with the siren. This one don't. So there's no way to get into, if someone within that gate needed help, fire service or anything, there's no way to get in unless known you have a pass.
So that's the question that I brought to Mr. Mosley's attention. A lot of the gates nowadays, when the emergency vehicle gets to it, he's supposed to be able to chirp a siren,
Yep.
and then it should open the gate. Now, I don't know if it does or not. You may have gone out and tried it.
I tried it, it don't work.
Okay. So, yeah, that's where something has to be worked out for
You been
agreements. for
chirping
people
down
to do
there?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I do live in a gated community, and it does have where you pull up and you chirp a siren and it opens. So that's how everybody gets in. But also your waste collection needs to be able to get in as well.
Your
And they're
what?
not gonna have waste collection,
Oh,
so, but anyhow.
so this is a
Yes, sir.
private road
Private road,
with 20 homes
This was a
down
public
it.
road.
I mean, a public road. But it's not maintained by the county?
we do maintain it.
If we do maintain?
But we just we hadn't done anything to it in a long, long time.
I think it's pretty decent.
We-
And
we
they
just
went and put
mowed
up
the
this
grass.
gate.
Right.
We do mow the grass,
Wow.
right?
Huh. I I mean, it looks like a
The
fairly
well's
decent
gonna
road.
We
come
have
in.
mowed the grass on the left side of the road, right?
We have been in there a few times. We normally didn't go in there unless they called. It was one of them roads that
Okay,
they
yeah,
didn't, they
as
didn't really want
needed.
nobody in there until something come up, and we'd go in there a few times, cut limbs, cut a little grass here and there, but
But it's a county,
County
road?
Right,
Yes, sir.
yeah.
and they-
Yeah,
and
we
they-
got it in
and-
1960.
And they can lock it off if they, for whatever reason, if they just decide that, hey, this is what we're gonna do. You can't do that.
Why don't they take it back?
That's right.
You can't do that. If it's public,
Yeah, it's,
they can't shut it off and say, hey, I'll let you in every now and then if if we feel like it. You can't do that.
my question would be, if you're chirping and it didn't open, you had an emergency situation, what's the second alternative to get in?
that's
They
the
just
issue
need to
now.
take
with
it.
our-
That's the bottom.
Here's your answer.
So, yeah, Chair, Commissioners, so part of that community risk reduction, this is that enforcement. Subdivisions, any gated community, any gated access is required for IFC to be able to have emergency access, whether it's fire law or EMS. Should there be a malfunction, should it not be there, we will damage the gate because it prevented us to get to an emergency call.
You gonna ram the county fire truck or the ambulance into the gate?
To be quite honest with you, sir, situation will dictate. It'll either be pushed with the front half-inch steel bumper on the front of the fire truck, or we will get cutters out, cut the gate. We'll get K-12s out, cut hinges, but yes.
But in all this, you're.
What about the jaws of life?
Dragging
Y'all
out
still
the
hang-
timeframe of getting there.
Yes, sir, you could.
Yeah.
Say that again, Commissioner?
In all that distraction, we're
Response time.
losing time.
You're delaying the 911 response.
It could wind up being a lawsuit either way.
Well,
now,
can't the county attorney
and-
just handle it?
And an easy fix for this is, it doesn't necessarily for us, and I've worked with Trent on this project, on projects like this before, it doesn't have to be solely siren activated. It could be siren activated, it could be a punch pad number that is on file with the dispatch center. It could be our Knox box system where we put a key and do an override. It could be radio PTT activated.
Right.
So,
But I'll let, Trent, you don't have sirens on your vehicles, do you? The road department, you don't have, so, you could say it could be activated by a siren. I mean, that's the ambulance, that's police, that's fire.
Yes, sir.
And of course, Marion. Trent
At least I'm
doesn't,
active out there.
Trent doesn't have, when they go in there to cut grass, to pick up trash, to pick up a dead cow, whatever, he don't have a siren, so he got to call you to come let him in?
no, and that's correct, and that's where they could use a PIN number that is kept on file for county use for the easement. Dolphin Island is that way. There's a punch pad, and if Trent is needing to get out on that island, he can call and get that number to get access. Same with utility companies.
That's a lot of sugar for a dime for a public road.
Y'all 100% agree,
Okay.
sir.
And Ms. Chair, just one more.
Correct, Dolphin Island's not public. It's
So reading this, it says that they voted in the last 50 days to install the fence.
Let me say something about that, Commissioner. I
Is
know-
that a HOA?
No, wait a minute. I know one fellow that is tied to the county. He didn't know anything about it, and he's our county attorney. He has a house down there.
Well, obviously, everybody knows who now. But
doesn't matter to me.
Right, but the point that I'm saying is, even to be able to put up for a vote, is it that they have a HOA?
No. No.
I guess they voted among themselves, it sounds like.
Just to answer your question about the county attorney, he was shocked that it was up.
Right.
So what are you all requesting? Oh,
So,
Just
I thought it
guidance,
was about abandonment.
couple
abandonment.
options. You can go through the abandonment process. We need to work with them immediately to gain access for public
Safety.
safety, and go through the abandonment process quickly. And I would, this is a call that you and the county attorney have to make, but they may have to leave it open until that process is done.
I'm like Commissioner Thrift, and maybe Commissioner Gillett, maybe some others too, who just hadn't said it. You can't go around fencing off county roads.
Right. Yeah, because it seemed like, you know, they decided that they didn't want us to, that they wanted it to be private, and they did it.
Right.
And you can't do that. I mean, you know, whether they want us in there or not, it's public. And everybody in this room could leave here tonight and drive through there and turn around and come back out and do that until the cows come home. You can't do that. I mean, not that anybody would, but it's a public road.
Right, right.
And I'm going home in a few minutes on a public road.
Right.
And if somebody over there decided that they was gonna block it off because they didn't want me to come through there, you can't do that.
Right.
Now, if it's a private subdivision and you got a gated community, you could lock yourself up in there if you want to, but you can't lock off county property.
Right, that's what
Yeah,
we're aware of.
You can't do it. And
Right.
whether whoever didn't know about it or not, none of that matters. We know about it now, and it's listed somewhere as public.
Right.
And that's what it is, until it's not. And for us to talk about abandon it, why? Because they don't want it? No, that's,
Mr. Chair, and I know this in your district, but from my understanding, even with this presentation, you're saying it needs work, right? You want this road?
My question.
Okay, well, let's go with both of those. Let's tell them to open it up until we go through the abandonment process, and then they can have the road.
I agree.
That's kind of where I was thinking.
Yeah.
But until such time,
who do
that
we
gate
con-
needs to be open.
Because all them dirt roads, you talk about, you don't want no more.
And let them make the
I
formal
still got
request.
25 miles of dirt road. left.
Exactly, so why take on another mile and a half of,
No, it's
you
not
see
dirt.
what I'm going through
Yeah,
right now?
But it's not dirt, it is, but still,
like-
it
it's
needs
like
work.
gravel.
Mr.
Needs
Chairman,
work.
Mr. Chairman, even with that, you just can't give it to them because they want it.
It has to be charged to somebody.
This doesn't automatically go to them. Now, this is a call that Kelly has to do. The abandonment process opens it up for public. If somebody wanted to secure it, they could. So, you know, the abandonment process is a lot more complicated than that, and I don't claim to know the whole process. But Kelly could probably enlighten us a good bit more on that. But there is a process to go through, and it doesn't automatically go to them, which is kind of the scary part. But, you know, I think the intent of all parties would be that we'd go through the abandonment process, let them have the road, then they make sure they have the access for public services, and then we could go through and they could have the road, because then we could, you know, then we don't have to worry about the
Trent,
expense.
Trent,
We're going through the abandonment process because that's what they
That's
want.
what they want.
That's what they want, yeah. So,
Trent.
and if it was up for sale, I could buy it and get me a toll booth guy to stand there and charge 50 cents to let people come in there. And when the Clinton get ready to go in, I could let him in free. When Darby going to put out a fire, I would say, come on.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Because it's mine now. Because it's mine now.
but Trent,
We need some partners in this.
Trent, what will be the guidance between here and the time for our next meeting when we can have, once we make contact with Kelly?
I would say that it needs to be opened and left open.
David,
That's my opinion,
Yeah.
that it needs to be open and left open.
Now, who do we contact?
That's the question, sir.
I don't know the answer.
oh, like a point of contact?
Yes.
There's not one on here.
Yeah, I know
There's 20
somebody we
homes
can
in front of the
contact
road.
Okay,
to get that
At
started.
least 19 people out there voted.
yeah. And, you know, I'll give them benefit of it, that maybe they didn't know that you couldn't just put up a gate. But I certainly would check it out before I
Be
put
pretty
up, it's a
expensive
nice
to
looking
put a
gate too.
It is.
That's the only thing I'm saying.
Yeah, they
certainly-
got to have a code for it
I
because
would,
it's
I would
over
vet
there.
that before I did that.
So,
Yeah.
Be hard for me
So
to
the
believe
columns
that
on the
they-
side
that they
were already
didn't
there.
know it
We're
was.
Those
already
aren't there.
there. Yeah, they were there.
The columns
So you
are
Just
telling
the
me
gate.
I remember the
there's
call.
no HOA,
No.
and they got together and made a vote, and then after they voted, they all came up with some money
$20,000.
to put the gate up. Man, I need
That's the
neighbors
story I
like
was
that. Those some
Well,
strong
the
neighbors
attorney
out
just
there.
hasn't-
Everybody likes
He's
each
the one
other.
that needs to take care of this,
Yeah, let's do that.
the attorney.
But yeah, I just.
It's our road.
And I get it, but
And if they
Commissioner
want to
Stevens,
abandon it, they
you
need to
know,
come to
I
us.
know.
That's why I brought
So,
it up.
so, Mr. Chair, you want the county attorney to send an official letter?
Yes,
To
sir.
himself.
He needs to,
And
yeah.
the rest-
Yeah.
can have
It needs to be, it needs to be, it needs to be open until such time as we abandon it or choose not to abandon it.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
you know.
Because
I'm not counting your.
And
Hello,
even
everybody.
even after the
Got dirt
abandonment,
road problems.
they need to go through
You got
public
paving
safety
problems. You got
requirements
chicken
for
problems.
emergency access.
That's just one less problem.
something that we said, maybe a meeting or so ago, you know, if we just throw out all the rules, we won't have any rules.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, I told you I was going home in a few minutes, and I'm gonna stop by my neighbor's house, and we gonna shut down our road.
Well, I don't go around.
I'm friends with them too. They know me. I say, hey man, hey, let's shut it down.
So let's send the letter, like you said, and then they can opt to.
I mean, the least we can do is
Try
check,
to do
see
the
did they get a
abandonment
permit?
process.
Yeah.
Probably didn't.
All right,
Probably didn't get one.
All right.
administrative report.
Thank you.
Mosley,
Man, this has been interesting.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes.
I mean, we can't read too, so you want to read all this.
No.
Okay.
Oh, yes, sir.
Chairman, no, I was
Chair.
just gonna ask Mr. Chairman, can we just get just a little bit of Shakespeare before you get started? Never mind.
You need that, calm you down,
You want some Shakespeare?
calming
No,
factor.
that's okay.
Okay, I'm finna give you some.
Go ahead.
Y'all see this on the thing right here? Just want to share that Bob received a check in the amount of $20,000 for reimbursement from Hurricane Helene, and read from there. Mr. Chair, I want to send out dates and times for us to do a workshop. And the second thing is, Mr. Chair, we want to get together, reconvene the committee for subdivisions with Trent. So I want to get with those gentlemen that were on that, so we'll send some dates out that we could get back together for that project. And then also want to send you some dates on planning for our commissioners' workshop, our annual workshop. And I'm trying to think what's the third thing. I had it wrote down, I can't find it. But those, I'll send dates out to you guys in the interest of time. So, Mr. Chair, that
No,
concludes.
go ahead, don't cut your report. I mean,
But that concludes, our park equipment, playground equipment has come in, and all the group who bought the playground equipment from Susan King Taylor has purchased that, and it's been clean. And the three parks, Briar Bay, Raymond and I talked about doing Briar Bay first, and
that's
coming and
correct.
doing Justice Stevens
Justice
and doing
Stevens,
Susan
then
King
go Susan
Taylor
King Taylor.
last.
Right.
And we'll have that area really looking nice, because those are some very nice playground equipment. Yes, sir.
Did Isle of Wight get their playground equipment?
Yes, sir,
Yeah.
they did. They did. They got it all out.
Got
Yes,
it
sir.
out and gone. Okay.
But, you know, just looking at this, and we've been talking about $20,000, and that's what Bob got. He could buy him a fence, couldn't he?
You said you wanted to go home, didn't you?
Yeah.
Burned him up.
Oh, Mr. Chair, one more thing. And Board of Commissioners, Jamie has a contract with the city of Flemington to collect their funds for tax collection. And we need to get one for the city of Walterville as well. But this is the city of Flemington that has signed off on it. And in the process, when he collects, $2 per parcel goes to the county, goes in the county coffers as part of the collection. So this is the agreement with Flemington. We just need to execute it tonight, and that'll be official. So I almost forgot that.
do we know that Walthamville is en route there?
I think he had talked to him, I remember back in, when they were first considering, I think he talked to him about, it was either August, September, when he talked to him and approached him.
He made the
about it.
announcement tonight that, you know, some people are paying their taxes, so the process has started, so.
Yes, sir. But he does not have an agreement with the city of Walterville, so I do know
How's
that.
that gonna
You
work?
hold a check, you don't send them their
Something,
$2?
you can't put the cart before the horse, yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
So,
No?
so I will ask him to see where it is and try to get that to the board at the first meeting in January.
Okay. So you need a motion.
Have they had all their meetings, Walthamville, their meetings all wrapped up for this year?
They meet every day.
Take a quick look at him.
Mr. Former Chair, could you?
Every time.
They meeting now.
Come on now, speak up.
Any damn thing, they need.
Every day.
All right, Mr. Buick, touch bases with, I guess it's, should Jamie be the one to touch base with Walthamville?
Yes, sir. He would be the one.
We have him do that, okay.
Okay.
ASAP. All right. That's all for the good of the order?
No.
Oh.
You need a motion.
Yes, sir.
So.
Oh, I'm sorry.
So what's the recommendation?
Uh,
Motion?
to enter the agreement with the city, city of
That
Flemington.
intergovernmental or just between the tax commissioner?
It's
and-
actually an agreement
Between the tax,
between us and city of Flemington, and he is a part of that.
okay.
Make a motion, we approve.
Mosley?
the agreement
Okay. Is there a
With
second?
the Flemington, City of Flemington, collect their property taxes.
Yeah. Is there a second?
Second.
Motion second, we approve the agreement to collect taxes, working with our tax commissioner. Any further discussion? All in favor, show of hands, please. Get that one done, and multi-bill should be.
And Mr. Chair, I'm being shown, our Liberty Fire Services will have their graduation for our class number 7 at 6:30 at the Liberty County Community Complex, and
Sam Harris Gym.
tomorrow night. And also, on January the 16th, they will start class number 8 for new recruits.
Nice.
And you had your reminders about the swearing in, right, commissioners from?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Midway and.
And
Mr. Chair, just before we leave, in January, is there any way possible we could recognize the young men and women from the Recreation Department? We've had, I think, a total of 4 teams, 3 of them, one district, if I'm not mistaken. I have to get those numbers. Then the 10U football team, 1 state. So if we could,
we're already planning on it.
there we go. Thank you.
As a whole, we would recognize them as a
Yes,
whole, or
yes.
as a whole, because that'd be a big group, I'm sure. But that's good, yay.
Yeah. So,
State champions, we do.
All right, good.
Make a big fuss over the state champions. All right. Officer, thank you so much.
Thank you.
I was wanting you to take a seat. You were making me tired standing.
I feel a whole lot safer in here.
All right.
But I think I'm as fast as up here.
Thank you so much. Chair, entertain a motion to adjourn. Second.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.